Brad Arnold has always been more than just the lead singer of Three Doors Down. For millions of fans around the world, his voice became a soundtrack to real life. His lyrics played during long drives, quiet nights, moments of heartbreak, and moments of hope. He wasn't just someone people listened to, he was someone people felt connected to. That's why when news emerged that Three Doors Down had paid a deeply emotional tribute to Brad Arnold, it immediately sparked attention. Fans wanted to know what prompted this moment, why it felt so heavy, and what it revealed about the man behind the music. For years, Brad Arnold has carried the weight of being the frontman of one of the most recognizable rock bands of the early 2000s. Success came fast, and with it came expectations that never truly disappeared. While audiences saw packed venues and powerful performances, the reality behind the scenes was far more complex. Brad faced health challenges and personal struggles that weren't always visible to the public. Yet he continued to show up night after night, driven by a sense of responsibility to the music and to the fans who depended on it. The recent tribute from Three Doors Down wasn't just another band acknowledgement. It wasn't tied to an album release or a tour announcement. It felt different. It felt personal. Band members spoke with honesty about Brad's impact, not just as a musician, but as a human being. They talked about his dedication, his loyalty, and the emotional weight he has carried over the years. This tribute was a moment of reflection, one that paused the noise and focused on appreciation. What made the tribute resonate so deeply was its sincerity. There was no exaggeration, no dramatic framing. Instead, there was gratitude. The band made it clear that Brad Arnold is the emotional core of Three Doors Down. His voice doesn't just deliver lyrics, it carries the emotional identity of the band. Without him, the music wouldn't feel the same. That acknowledgement wasn't about fear or speculation, it was about respect. Brad's health struggles have been discussed publicly in the past, but never in a way that defined him. He has always resisted being seen as fragile or broken. Instead, he focused on resilience. That resilience became a central theme of the band's tribute. They spoke about moments when Brad pushed through exhaustion, pain, and doubt to be present for the music, not because he had to, but because he wanted to. Behind the scenes, band members have shared years of life with Brad Arnold. Touring together means sharing highs and lows in a way few people understand. Late nights, long drives, difficult conversations, and moments of quiet support form bonds that go far beyond professional relationships. The tribute reflected that history. It wasn't just about the music they made together, but the lives they navigated side by side. Fans immediately felt the weight of the tribute. Social media filled with messages from people who grew up listening to Three Doors Down. Many shared stories of how Brad's lyrics helped them through addiction, depression, grief, and uncertainty. Songs that once played in the background of their lives suddenly took on deeper meaning. The tribute reopened those emotional connections and reminded people why Brad Arnold's voice mattered so much to them. One of the most powerful aspects of the tribute was how it highlighted Brad's humanity. The band didn't present him as invincible. They acknowledged his struggles without turning them into spectacle. That balance made the message stronger. It reminded fans that strength isn't about pretending everything is fine. It's about continuing even when things are difficult. Brad Arnold has always valued honesty in his music. His lyrics are direct, emotional, and grounded in real experience. That same honesty was reflected in the tribute. There was no attempt to rewrite history or hide imperfections. Instead, the band embraced the full picture of who Brad is, flaws and all. That transparency is part of why fans connect so deeply with his music. As reactions poured in, one thing became clear: this tribute wasn't about an ending. It was about appreciation in the present. In an industry that often waits until it's too late to acknowledge impact, Three Doors Down chose to speak now. They chose to honor their frontman while he continues to be part of the journey. That decision gave the tribute a unique emotional weight. Brad Arnold's influence extends far beyond his role in the band. He helped define a sound that resonated with a generation. His voice carried vulnerability at a time when rock music often leaned toward aggression or detachment. That vulnerability allowed listeners to feel seen. It allowed them to confront their own struggles through music. The tribute also reminded fans of the bond between the members of Three Doors Down. Bands don't last decades without deep connection. Creative differences, pressure, and exhaustion can easily pull people apart. Yet this band has endured largely because of mutual respect. The way they spoke about Brad reflected that respect clearly. There was no sense of finality in their words. Instead, there was reassurance. Reassurance that Brad is supported, valued, and deeply appreciated. The band emphasized unity, strength, and gratitude rather than uncertainty. That message mattered to fans who may have felt concerned or emotional after hearing about the tribute. For Brad Arnold, moments like this reflect the legacy he has built, not just through chart success or awards, but through relationships, through music that mattered, through honesty that resonated. The tribute served as a reminder that his impact isn't measured solely by numbers but by the lives he has touched. As the band continues forward, this tribute stands as a defining moment. It showed what happens when artists take time to acknowledge each other beyond the stage. It showed vulnerability without weakness, and it showed gratitude without spectacle. Fans will continue to listen to Brad Arnold's voice, finding comfort and meaning in his music. And now, with this tribute, they have a deeper understanding of the man behind that voice. Someone who has faced challenges, leaned on his bandmates, and continued to give everything he had to the music. Ultimately, this moment wasn't about headlines or speculation. It was about respect. Respect from bandmates who know Brad better than anyone else. Respect from fans who grew up with his music. And respect for the journey of an artist who has remained authentic through decades of change. Brad Arnold's story is still unfolding, and as long as his voice continues to reach people, his impact will remain strong. The emotional tribute from 3 Doors Down didn't signal an end. It signaled appreciation, connection, and the enduring power of music built on honesty and heart.